Failure has made me who I am today. Failure gives you two choices. You stay down or you get up. Well, I'm up and I am fired up because I have figured it out. I have figured out that I need to stand in this ring and just plain old do something that I should have done a long time ago.
Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Corey Man. We back in it for another one. We're gonna be reacting to a couple of videos on the YouTube, bro. I'm about to tell you in a minute. Every time I get on my computer, I get endless amount of notifications from YouTube from my phone. I usually check it out before, but because of the computer, it just pops up anyway. Anyways, we about to react to some Gotham Knights. Hence the title. The game is coming out in less than 2 days, and I want to be able to say I was able to see it before it came out. I'm actually going to buy the game this Thursday, which is when I get paid. So, what just happened? Okay, okay, we're on the screen. Okay, now screen one. Hell no. Okay, here we go. And bro, we're about to get into it. I don't have a set video we're gonna watch as of right now, but we'll find something. So without further ado, let's get into the video search. Okay, so we're here. We're gonna look up Gotham Knights. I'm pretty sure there's like a before you buy. We might watch it. I mean, we might look at it. Let's look. Okay, Gotham Knights got released early. What does that mean? We'll probably check that out later. Now my computer is letting me know about HP software. Why do you do that? Okay, my honest thoughts on Gotham Knights after playing it. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch none of the videos that's like my honest thoughts and everything like that. There was a select few of people that were actually invited to play the early edition of Gotham Knights, and I wouldn't listen to any of those guys. Just as I didn't listen to them about Saints Row, because I play Saints Row, and relatively it's good. Like it's better than Saints Row 4. What I judge it on is so I judged I played Saints Row 2, and then I didn't play Saints Row 3. I played Saints Row 4. Saints Row 4 was better than Saints Row 2. Then I went back to play Saints Row 3. Saints Row 3 was better than Saints Row 4. Then I played Saints Row 5. And Saints Row 5 was better than. Each game keeps getting better for me. So I don't judge it as the best game data made, but how good is it compared to previous editions? Okay. Oh, yeah, we're going to look at the before you buy. There's always a video for it. I wonder if the guy that, nah, he didn't even I was I was looking for the before you buy guy. Before you buy maybe I pronounced it wrong. Before you buy, I know he gonna pop up. Here we go. Gamer rents. And we're looking for the Gotham Knights. Really? He ain't put it on here yet? Okay. I guess he ain't. Okay, let's just watch hey, we're gonna come up with something. Gotham Knights. What is Gotham Knights? PS5 and PS4 games. I'm getting it on the Xbox 360. The Xbox, I almost said Xbox 360. I got the Xbox Series S. I had got it mainly just to get this game, so I wouldn't miss it. Okay, here we go. 10 things you need to know. Cause you know, sometimes you need to know.
Bruce was Gotham.
Whoa, ain't that crazy? We're watching the
He was a friend,
Gotham Knights video, and the ad for the video is Gotham Knights.
a mentor,
Damn, that's
a
crazy.
protector.
You've always had my back when I needed you. I know you'll keep Gotham safe.
With the ongoing spree of homicides and kidnappings across the city, police are now urging citizens to remain indoors.
I wonder how they all like came together. Because based on Titans, I think Red Hood doesn't like Robin. Who is no Red. That's weird too. Because in Titans, Robin, who is well, the new Robin, Jason Todd, is also Red Hood. Well, he didn't start off as Red Hood. He started off as Robin, and he did that for a while. Then he turned into Red Hood.
Let's play.
I guess this is basically like what we're gonna be watching, so we'll just finish this.
He always
And
said people needed something to believe in.
Let's finish what Bruce started.
we'll basically they'll basically just lead into the other videos, so that could be cool. I actually wanted to play this with my friend, but I can never get in touch with her. So if any of my subscribers, any of y'all, if y'all get Gotham Knights and y'all want to play with me, let me know, bro. We can do like a whole campaign and stuff. Alright, I can already tell y'all though. I'm gonna be playing with Nightwing. I'm gonna play with Nightwing and Robin. Those are gonna be my two go-to guys.
So we haven't had a new Batman game in a while, and while this isn't exactly the same thing, Gotham Knights is here. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on Game Ranks, 10 things you need to know about Gotham Knights. Starting out with number 10, the basics of the game. Gotham Knights is an open-world, third-person action game that comes to us in the shadow of the legendary Batman Arkham series. And in many ways, it is pretty similar, but from everything we now know, there's also some pretty obvious differences.
It's like,
so this is an original story. Batman and Commissioner
This is
Gordon
like gonna be
both
like
dead, and
Assassin's
it's up
Creed
to 4
Odyssey,
members
where like
of the
they
Bat
got
family to continue
the rank above their
investigation
head.
that Batman started and solve the mystery of who killed him and why.
I'm
now, instead of
hoping
playing
it's
as a
not
single
like
character for the
it's
entire
not like
game,
Odyssey.
you get the choice of playing
the
as
higher
Nightwing,
you get, the higher they
Batgirl,
get.
Robin, or Red Hood. They all have unique playstyles and different move sets, different traversal powers. They're not just like 4 different Batman skins. Now, instead of being developed by Rocksteady, the guys who made the previous Batman games,
happy about that.
all except one, it's being made by the guys that made the one that isn't by them, WB Games Montreal, who made the, to be frank, a little bit underrated Batman Arkham Origins. Now, the big thing that I think is on everyone's mind when they hear Batman is dead is Batman actually dead? We don't know the answer. I have suspicions, but the developers are swearing up and down that yes, it's not a fake out. Bruce Wayne is actually dead. DEAD, dead for real. Now, I take this with a grain of salt. Superhero stuff. Like, remember how long Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were swearing that they weren't in the new Spider-Man movie? Pretty convincingly.
I feel like Batman ain't dead.
Or like, let's go
He
back
just one of those
to
characters
Batman
that's
Arkham
hiding
Knight,
in the dark,
where
like,
Rocksteady really convinced everybody that the Arkham Knight was a completely new character. So I'm skeptical that he's actually dead, but it could go either way.
He was still alive.
And number 9, this is not an Arkhamverse games. Now, it looks similar to the Arkham games, but WB has confirmed in multiple sources, including their own FAQ, that the game is not part of the Arkhamverse. It's a standalone game with its own story, its own characters, and while there might be some little hints or Easter eggs, it's safe to assume that the game is supposed to be in its own continuity, which, yes, is a little confusing because it's a game that came out after Arkham Knight, where Bruce Wayne supposedly died in the end, but the death was not under these same circumstances in this game, so I think that's
Batman
a pretty hard piece of evidence. This is genuinely its own continuity.
You know,
Does that mean
Batman got
Batman's
like
actually
more
dead?
than one house.
I don't know. And number 8 is co-op, and this is one of the major selling points of this game. The game supports drop-in, drop-out, 2-player online co-op, which they are describing as seamless. Now, apparently, co-op partners will be completely untethered. You can go wherever, do whatever, with or without your partner. Now, to make this work with the game's experience system, co-op partners who are at different levels will scale so that they're basically an almost match, and enemies will also scale to match the team's overall strength. The game doesn't limit who you can play as either. Both players can be the same hero if they want to, and you don't actually have to do co-op. You can go through the entire game solo if you want, or you can sometimes play with a partner, sometimes not. The game's supposed to let you play however you want to, unless you want to play local co-op, because that ain't there. So almost however you choose to. Probably the most interesting thing I found about this is how the progression works for both the host and the guest. If you play through a dungeon or a crime with a partner and get ahead of your normal progress, then when you get to that part in your own game, you just get a pop-up asking if you want to replay that sequence, and you can select no and skip it because you already did it. Now, how unlockables and gear progression work in co-op, no idea. It all sounds pretty good, but we'll also see how it ends up getting
It has
implemented.
that Assassin's Creed.
And number 7 is the
feel.
combat and gameplay. Combat we've seen is pretty similar to the Arkham games so far, which zero problem with that. Great combat in those games, but there are some pretty noteworthy differences. There isn't just a single punch button anymore. There's a light and a heavy attack button, ranged attacks, and a dodge move. You do your dodge right, you initiate a perfect dodge, which opens up the enemy for a damage and counter attack. There's also a momentum bar, which charges as you build a combo. When the meter fills, you can spend it on various unlockable cooldown abilities, kind of like God of War, or dare we say it, a Souls-like. I wouldn't classify this as Souls-like, just to be completely clear. But there's a lot of variety in the momentum attacks. There's this simple area of effect blast. You can summon drones. There's like a heavy damaging beatdown attack, interrupting moves, stuff like that. Now you got some action RPG elements. There's another RPG mechanic getting implemented that we've seen a whole lot of over the last while, which is crafting. Purpose is still kind of vague at the moment, but it looks like this is how you build new gear and costumes. You collect various bits of loot. I would assume this is how you spend it, but the whole system's kind of a big question mark at the moment. So we will have to kind of wait and see exactly how this all fits together.
I wonder if he's summoning like
and number 6 is the villains, the Batman games.
Or do
of
you
course,
got,
you're going to want to know what the villains are. In the various trailers, we've seen a few major villain groups, but it's pretty obvious they're leaving some surprises for us in the final game. We do know about Mr. Freeze, a new take on Harley Quinn, who's a little older, maybe a little more dangerous. Clayface, who seems to be spawning like a whole gang of zombie-like clay monsters. And then also the Court of Owls, who seem to be the primary villains of the game. A relatively new group of villains created by Scott Snyder in either Batman, the new 52 issue 2 or 3, depending on who you ask. The Court of Owls are like a secret collective of rich Gotham families who secretly control the city and use these assassins called Talons to dispose of their enemies. They kind of remind me of Dishonored for whatever reason in aesthetic. Those are the main bad guys, but we see Penguin, Kirk Langstrom, aka Man-Bat, get a mention. Got a pig-masked guy in the villain's trailer. His name is Professor Pig, P-Y-G. I'm pretty sure he's just a random goon, though. We don't know if Joker's going to be in the game. Have no idea. It is a separate continuity, so Joker's death from Arkham City, it didn't happen here. So, I mean, it's possible. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's possible.
Like
we do know Mark Hamill loves working. However, the devs have claimed that Joker is not in the game. I got no idea, though. I'm sure they're holding off on revealing at least a few bad guys, though. At number 5 is skill trees. Unlike the upgrades in the Arkham series, Gotham Knights has a more traditional skill tree system, similar to the ones found in games like Borderlands. Each character has 4 skill trees they can put points into, unlocks new momentum abilities, new skills, or does more mundane things like increase their passive damage, health, critical hit chances. 3 of the skill trees for each character unlock normally, but the 4th, called Knighthood, seems to only appear after a certain major story event. And instead of unlocking skills from this tree with experience, you have to complete challenges to unlock these abilities. Some of the best abilities are apparently locked behind the Knighthood tree, particularly new traversal abilities like gliding for Batgirl, or special abilities and certain ultimates. Now, thankfully, you can switch characters whenever you want. Your progression remains the same. So if you select a new character, you still have access to the same amount of skill points as every other character, because they clearly want you to play around with the different heroes, and I think that that's a good idea.
I'm gonna stream the game when I first get it, though. So
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to
I'm not
every
gonna
computer in
stream
your house, your
every
mom's, your
moment.
dad's, your
I might
sister, your
do
brother's computer,
do
and install
additions
Hunter.
too that I'm not gonna stream. You know,
At number
just
4
so
is Gotham's day and night cycle. According to developers, this is the biggest version of Gotham ever in a video game. They also claim it is the most dynamic and interactive one yet, which is bold. There's 5 distinct
Yeah, I don't
boroughs
know
to
about
explore, and
I
unlike
felt
the
like
Arkham games, there
what
are
was it?
civilians occupying this Gotham. For once you get to explore
Arkham
Gotham
Knight.
when it's relatively
That was a
normal
pretty
instead
big
of being
city.
taken over by like an evil army or in the middle of a
Well,
snowstorm.
somewhat.
Progression
I
in the
didn't
open world works differently here too. Instead of the story
seem like
taking
you
place over a
kept going
single
to this
night,
thing
it
5
occurs
places.
over multiple
In
nights.
the
The
back
bulk of the
cycle.
gameplay
I mean,
happens
the
at
back,
night when the heroes are suited up and
Batmobile.
going out on
I
patrol.
like the
Random
DLC it
street
had.
crimes don't get repeated if you fail, unlike the major story missions. But when you return to the Belfry, the Gotham Knights main base, it becomes daytime, and when you choose to go out again, it becomes night again, and all the crimes in the city reset. The city's supposed to change pretty drastically over the course of these several days. Like there's major events where Mr. Freeze's attack changes things. Harley Quinn takes over the asylum apparently. And these change the open world in pretty significant ways. But things can also go back to normal apparently. So major events happen on certain nights, but things go back to the status quo on a different night, which sounds very interesting. I'm not exactly sure how much of an impact it's going to have, but I'm also curious to see how it works out. At number 3, the traversal mechanics are actually pretty cool. For one of the most significant ways that each night is different from the other 3 is the traversal mechanics. Now, each character does get a bat cycle to drive around and does get a grappling hook, because of course they would. But apart from that, everybody has different ways to get around the city. With Nightwing, you have a glider. Yes, it does look a lot like Breath of the Wild in Gotham. But the Red Hood gets this weird mystical step ability to jump through the air. There's also a vehicle that's used for fast travel, which is pretty handy. Some of the character-specific movement powers are kind of odd, particularly Robin's, I guess, teleportation thing. But I'll reserve judgment until I get the hands on the game to test it all out. It looks interesting, though. And number 2 is collectibles. Everybody remembers the many Riddler trophies in the previous Batman games. And you're wondering if they're back for this one. They aren't. They are apparently all unique collectibles, like hidden batarangs, Gotham street art, landmarks. I don't know exactly if that's all there is, but those are at least categorically some of them. But it's nice that there's only 100 rather than several hundred, because if you're sick of all the trophy hunting from the previous games,
he lies on, like
I mean, there's some, but like it's not going to wear out its welcome like the Riddler trophies.
Lego Marvel,
on the flip side, if you really
Avengers,
loved hunting
when you
Riddler
would jump
trophies,
off the
it's more
helicarrier
basic this
and you
time
couldn't
around.
fly.
It's not like collecting is
They
gone, but
thing would
it's
come
not
pick
the
you
same.
back up and take you to the
And
top.
finally, at number 1, the game is coming out on October 21st. This is 4 days earlier than the original release date. It is only coming to the next-gen systems. So PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. So no PS4, no Xbox One. It does look a little bit better than the Arkham games. We do see some next-generation effects, so I get it. Polygon count's pretty high from the looks. It's going to be released on PC on both Steam and Epic. So if you're thinking, I only have one of these, I don't want to get another one, then don't worry, because you're good. Overall, I think it looks like a good game.
Yeah, all
I
you
don't
need to
know
do is
that
get
they've
to a
really
computer.
hyped it in the
I
way that
wouldn't
they
get
could
one,
have.
though. I hate
because frankly, I have
PC.
been wanting
'Cause none of
to
the
jump
games
back
actually work.
into this type of a
Unless you
game
got it,
from
you know,
these
unless you
developers,
got
whether it be
something that's
Rocksteady
actually
or
good.
WB Games Montreal. Like, all of the Arkham games are good in their own right. And the style of game is particularly enjoyable, so it's nice to see that here, as
love
well as some
Batman Arkham Knight,
diversification of some of the
but I didn't
gameplay
like,
elements. I am excited to play it, to be
what's
frank.
his
I don't
name?
know if they're going to drop some big, like,
I don't know what
bombshell
his name
between
was.
now and
The Arkham
release
Knight?
to really ratchet up the hype. It's quite possible. But as it stands, it just straightforwardly looks like we're going to
it
get
was,
a pretty
Robin,
good
but
Batman
he was,
Arkham
like,
style game
an
that takes
evil
place in at
whatever it
least
was.
a Batman universe. So for me, it seems like this is
But
probably
they got
a
a
solid
few
bet on
comic
a
book
pretty
actors
darn good
suits in
game.
the game
That's all for today.
with
Leave us a
Robin
comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video,
and
click like.
Nightwing.
If you're not
He has
subscribed,
his
now's a
new
great time to do
52.
so. We upload brand new videos every
Also,
day
I
of the week.
don't-
Best way
I
to
don't
see them first is a
subscribe to no one.
subscription. So click subscribe.
I
Don't
think
forget
I'm
to enable
subscribed
all
to him. I'm probably
notifications.
not.
And as
Nah,
always, so thank you very
I'm
much
not.
for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon the Hero.
Yo, I
We'll see you
subscribe
next
to one. I
time
want it
right
to be
here on
like
Game
at a
Ranks.
certain time.
Right
like,
here on Game Ranks.
like it feels right. It feels like you know, I see them do something great, and I'm like, yep, this is the time. But let's see what he talking about. It'd be nice to see that it actually did get released early. But anyways, I wouldn't be able to get it because I don't get paid till Thursday. And even if I do get paid on Thursday, I probably wouldn't be able to play it until let me see,
What it
midnight
do,
at
Durag Nation?
12
We are only a few
on
days away
Wednesday
from the official
because
release
of
of Gotham Knights, which means in 1 second you should subscribe to the channel
my
because I'll be doing a
location
lot more
that I can
Gotham Knights
change on
content. In
Xbox.
addition, on Thursday, the embargo will be lifted, so we'll be able to see the first official reviews for the game. However, some retailers have been selling the physical version of Gotham Knights before they're supposed to, so we've seen players uploading footage and offering their thoughts about the game so far. The most notable is this Reddit user who posted some now deleted footage of his gameplay and has been given his impressions on the game based on 10 hours of playtime without any spoilers. The most concerning part of his early description of the gameplay was that Gotham Knights was unable to sustain 30 FPS during his solo play, and this got worse the more he advanced through the game. The good news is that he apparently received a patch recently for Gotham Knights that, according to him, greatly increased the experience, so it appears as if the developers will be launching a day one patch to help with the overall stability of the game. He also, for the most part, seemed to enjoy the combat, story, and enemy
feel like
variety,
they
though he
would.
has some issues with the
They
traversal.
usually
Gotham
do
Knights will be
offer
releasing at
packs. Most
midnight
of the
based on
games
your
I
local time
downloaded,
zone, so I can't
like
wait until I can play the game live on the channel
23,
for you all.
2K22, 23. It's usually pretty good. I want to watch. No, I don't want to watch it. I was saying I want to watch the
What
game,
it do, Durag
but I
Nation? We
don't
are only a
because
few
I don't
days
want
away
to
from the
spoil.
official release of Gotham Knights, which means
We just watched that. I want to watch something else. Did we just? Nah, that was 3 minutes. Like the night's early walkthrough gameplay. I don't want to do that either. I don't want to play that. I see it got a lot of views, but no. Y'all can check that out. I just want to, oh, what's his name? Red Hood got a cool suit. Nightwing, not so much. Robin, I hate his. Batwoman, I just don't like none of theirs, except for Red Hood, because he got like the bat symbol. We're not watching, okay, 30 frames. Here's why fanboys insulted developers playing 30 frames per second and Gotham Knights on Xbox Series S. I thought 30 frames per second was like good. Is it like 60 FPS now that needs to be great? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I wanna watch something else, but I'm gonna watch that in another stream, so I at least get 2 streams out today. But thank y'all for watching.